the book centers around the Culper Ring, which most people, even in America, don't know the Culper Ring. So, um, partway into the war, George Washington organized the Culper Ring to help find out the secrets behind enemy lines and what was going on. And in those days, being a spy was not what we think of today. Being a spy was a despicable. It was just one step above being a murderer. So no one. It was not a. It was especially to British people. It was a smear on their honor. So those people involved in that business, there are 6 men and 1 woman. Uh, they kept that secret with them to the grave, most of them. In fact, here in America, we did not know the identity of the 6th man, until 1930. That's how long it took, and we were able to do that by matching a historical expert matched uh, handwriting analyses. And we have never been able to establish the identity of the woman. We have references in letters and in dispatches to what they called the agent was 355, but there's no name, there's no background. So what I did is I created a fictional character to step into those shoes, and I explained at the very beginning that my book is fiction. It is not nonfiction. It is not history, even though all the pieces of the story are drawn from actual historical events. But my character participation in those, we know from what little references we have to 355, some of the secrets that she helped uncover. So I wove those secrets into the story of the book and created a character that I thought might be there.
Is this the first time that you've done this? That you've sort of taken,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, like a historical background and things that have happened, but then obviously creating a fiction within that. That's quite.
Yes. I mean, each of my mysteries were generally drawn from a historical example. So in Blood on the Chesapeake, the first of the Haunted Shore mysteries is about a lynching. Okay. So when I created my murder lynching, I actually used the particulars from the lynching that occurred in that same place some 20 years earlier than my story takes place. So I've stolen from history before to craft my novel, but not anywhere near to the extent of this one. In this one, I worked very carefully to weave in things that we know happened, like the attempted assassination on George Washington, like the hanging of Thomas Hickney, like Nathan's Hale execution. I weaved in things that are part of the American Benedict Arnold's treachery. Those kinds of things are woven into it, but it's all told from a fictional character's point of view.
Why did you decide to write this particular book?
You know, the story of Abigail Trench, or to be more exact, the story of Agent 355 has fascinated me ever since I stumbled upon the Culper Ring, started reading about the Culper Ring. I've read pretty much all the books that have been published about the Culper Ring. And I thought, so what little they knew about the Culper Ring, at least according to historical experts, is that this woman had to have access to British officers' secrets. They had to have some way of getting that information through the message pipeline stuff. So, and many historians don't agree on who she was, even what class that she belonged to, any of those. There's kind of like different point of view. So what I did, remember, I'm an educator. So my hero is a teacher, but in those days, most teachers were actually tutors. So what I do is I have her stumble into becoming a tutor in the family of a important British officer's house. And by accident, actually, ended up hearing the secrets that are going on in the house while she's tutoring the 2 children. I thought it was something that a teacher would do. I thought it was a reasonable thing for that kind of character to do. And the way she reacts is very heroic, which is part of my goal in portraying people who have that profession of, she's her concern always from the very beginning, even when her life is threatened in the middle, is about the children. What's going to happen to the kids if this happens, if this happens? That's important to me.